his rail shots you're going to be seeing don't look human. But then again, going up versus dem0n, he's no slouch when it comes to aim. It's just whether or not he wakes up and whether or not he actually disciplines himself as to picking the right fights. But it looks like we're getting started, Enjoy. It is the round of 12 stage here on the 125 FPS November-December League. And off the beginning, I am on Clawz on his map pick. He's got the red armor and an LG to start off with.
Yeah, the same here, but dem0n was a bit more lucky. He got Mega and already stuck it with some pretty nice weapons. So, yeah, waiting them for very first fight of today on Shaft and Red area.
First bit of damage done by Clawz, going into the LG. Clawz is pretty confident with this weapon. He's even going to take down the kill. Less than 30 seconds and a first blood is spilt already. 40% LG.
It was hard for him. Look at his stack. He just had to rebuild it again right from the beginning. And dem0n understands it perfectly. He is trying to attack and to fight for this Mega.
Wow. Okay, so Clawz got that kill, but dem0n was able to immediately remove most of their health that Clawz would have got. So dem0n actually can still contend for this. There's only 14 LG cells left for Clawz, but dem0n's not able to connect with the rockets. Clawz gets away with a bit more control, a bit more ammunition, and that makes everything that happened in the first minute absolutely worth it. It's going to be difficult for dem0n to come back in soon.
Anyway, dem0n is a damage dealer. He delivers a lot of damage, but not so lucky yet to get some frags. And again, look at this direct rocket right into the face, but again, Clawz winning the frag.
Yeah,
what's
he
going
deals
on
with
here?
it so well. That rocket, dem0n knew it was coming. It's like, I've got to jump down. It's my only vague chance of survival, but Clawz was set up for that angle as well. dem0n is suffering from Clawz's wrath. Again, a frag. Clawz is just looking confident. I don't know if dem0n was ready for this. He looks like, Clawz is a young player, but you can't actually treat him like a young player because he plays like one of the top. But you want a weapon, you're not going to get it too easily. This is a ridiculously dominant start from Clawz.
Easy defense, easy protecting for his items. Like so far, game is really good for Clawz. dem0n just need to right now not what we were speaking about, not to play these mental games and just to come back and to get at least one of the main items.
Did get 2 yellows in a row, so Clawz did let go of the rotation. He could have been a bit more solid with it. But if he's going to keep on doing the damage he's been doing, it's going to be fine. But it hinges on whether or not he's going to get maybe an entry rail. If dem0n gets a close-up fight with rockets, maybe things could turn around a bit. That's Mega for Clawz. Where's Red going? dem0n's on it. He's got the LG out. He's got the resources he needs, but who's going to be able to hit harder? dem0n's pretty solid with the LG, but he doesn't have enough ammunition. Great damage from dem0n, but it's going to be Clawz getting back on items. Getting worried now for dem0n. Isn't a map that I bet on him winning, but if he's going to be losing 10-0 or even forfeiting before the end of time, then that's not going to set him in a good state for the next map. He gets the red though. Clawz might want to leave. He gets the rail right at the end. That is painful. dem0n's left with 33 health after that. If Clawz didn't hit the rail, then dem0n might have even thought about doing a bit of damage with the next major item.
Did you mention if dem0n had some warm-ups before this game? Because it looks it's like a first game of the day.
I did see him on a server. I didn't check to see what he was playing, but about 20 minutes ago he was playing versus someone, be it in warm-up or not. But I don't know how long he's been doing that. I can imagine Clawz has been more meticulous in his preparation. Clawz is being very careful at the moment. He's not trusting everything around him, but maybe it would have been better in hindsight to stick to the Mega health and come into red later, because dem0n got a lot of damage just then. I'm going to switch over to dem0n because he's got a better stack for the first time in forever. One rail. This isn't enough. Going rail versus LG is not great, but Clawz might be getting a bit overconfident. I don't think he should have pushed in like that. That's going to be first blood for dem0n. Or first kill for dem0n.
Finally right switch of the weapons, and it was a bit before this fight. dem0n made a really important thing. He just reduced stack of Clawz and just gotten a bit of advantage right before this fight. So what it helped to him to get his first frag. But right now, it's what happens for Clawz. Look at the stack of dem0n, he just don't know what to get else on the map.
That's a massive shame, because he was right next to Mega when it was going to spawn in about half a second, and he ran away. He did have exactly 80 collective health and armor, so either it was the most conservative type play I've ever seen from him, where he just didn't want to get fragged, or he totally forgot about the timing. Hopefully, he's got the timing now.
Nice rail exchange there.
He really needs some unreturned damage, and he's not getting any. It's always either shared or Clawz getting the better end of the stick. Clawz has red. Only the 100 armor that he got from it, no extra. And dem0n's forced out of the room. Well, at least he's not giving away kills at the moment. He can continue to play it slow. There's just under half of the map left. Certainly not over right now if dem0n's able to avoid rotation.
Clawz managed to get back into the game pretty fast, and it's nice to see, because I was sure that it will be a time of dem0n, like time to shine for next 2 or 3 minutes, but no, just interesting to see how he managed to do that, just getting back Mega, and that's it, it just worked for him then.
This could be a big fight. dem0n with that entry rocket and now the rail. He's looking in a good position. Oh, he has a massive shot over there. 2 rockets are big. He wants to go clutch right now, but he cannot hit the rail. That would have been a frag. Hopefully for him, he hasn't lost all the opportunities right now. He's waiting desperately for this yellow to spawn. He's got to watch out though, because Clawz rail him and he would have died. That one hit. dem0n now wants to protect the red armor. Mega's going to be up in a moment. So a split on the items, I don't think dem0n's going to be too upset about. Now we can run these next... Maybe not the next 3 minutes, but certainly the next short period of time. In a way that he's happier.
dem0n just missed some important rails, like at the same moment Clawz just making them, and it's like one of the things that works against him. He needs somehow to be relaxed more maybe, and to fix his aim, because now it's just aim war here.
Yeah.
And that's why he's losing frags.
And dem0n's actually getting better LG accuracy than Clawz, but his rail is certainly lacking. 10% less accuracy. I think Clawz is on 40 right now. Oh, Clawz is going in. He wants to get himself a kill. He's got so much health and armor, and dem0n can't do anything about it. Rushing. Oh my god, and that spawn frag as well.
Ridiculous.
I switched over to dem0n, and it was just a series of explosions. Couldn't see what was going on. This map might be becoming pretty over in a moment. This is what happens. You get one frag at the right time, and it sets you up for a load of spawn frags. Clawz just playing those last 30 seconds of Sinister like a master.
It just reminds Aero now. By the way, I have some news that Pony is online, so guys, don't worry. He will be later, yes, after all this match series with Clawz and dem0n.
He's going to be going up against Strengths after this best of 5. Of course, there's a lot of this best of 5 left to be played. dem0n early for red armor, early for everything. He actually had a fair amount of health and maybe even a bit of armor, but Clawz's damage just trumped him completely. This is a good start from Clawz. How do you think this is going to impact the second map, Enjoy?
Second one is Furious Hates. Oh wow. It's interesting, actually. I suppose that it also will be in favor of Clawz. Only because he can play really nice and smart slow game. And also, at the same moment, it's a chance for dem0n to make the same. Maybe he will warm up here and will try to get to play a bit calm.
I think this game's going to upset dem0n though for the next map. Is this a bad way to go down?
He's not so sensitive, speaking about also all these mental games, I suppose. Neither Clawz, so just for both they will like start from the beginning.
Okay, okay.
dem0n is more experienced to know how to control himself, I suppose.
Yeah, back in a year or 2 ago, there was a saying that dem0n had a first map curse. No matter what the first map was, and even if it was favorite map in the world, for example, Hectic, and he would always lose it. And he's going to be hoping that this curse is applying to him today, because he needs to perform on the next map. Furious Heights is a great map for him, but I don't think he's had great results from it this tournament. He really will need to win it to feel like he has a chance himself to take down the series. I think it might be too much to ask of dem0n to chase back a 2-0 map lead in the series. dem0n gets himself an extra frag. It was a mutual kill. But it's nowhere near, well, not in any way going to take him near catching up Clawz here on map number 1. That's GG. 13-2 for Clawz on Sinister. Pretty dominant victory here. I think I was expecting it to be a bit closer, but I think Clawz just playing it exceptionally well. So a couple of surprise
it's only
attacks
first game. It's not the end of the series, so don't worry. And speaking about dem0n, look at his stats on rockets. It's just 43%, and he hit it a lot of direct rockets. It was something pretty remarkable, and I liked them. So I hope that for Furious Hates he also will have an opportunity to show them more. So if not a rail, at least some rocket.
Yeah, it's definitely his rockets stood out compared to Clawz. Clawz's rails were really good. I mean, he was hitting a lot of important shots, and in an LG versus LG fight, it's tough to say who was stronger. But I think because Clawz was controlling the map so well, and even if he did get a kill and was left low on health, he always had a little item or a health bubble near him that he could pick up and then quickly get back into the cycle of things. Like his attacks were timed extremely well, and dem0n sometimes at the beginning of a fight he already would have taken a splash rocket and a rail, and then he would continue the fight being already nearly crippled. He's got to really take his fights a lot better here on Furious Heights. I think dem0n ran off somewhere. Hopefully he's not for the whole duration, not for a signal that he's giving up, but hopefully if something's broken...
Post-trail training, don't worry. He will come back after 1 or 2 insta-gips.
Yeah, his rail definitely was... I don't
shaky.
think
Let's say shaky.
I don't think either players had amazing rail that game. Clawz was definitely better, but when neither players are having an amazing rail and Clawz only has good rail, dem0n, yeah, it was shaky, I think is a polite way of putting it. dem0n's back now, though. Hopefully he'll get back into this. Angles on Furious Heights he's going to be a lot more comfortable with. It's remembering should have the muscle memory for all the angles. Although I can't really give him the excuse that he shouldn't have it on Sinister. He definitely should be well versed over there.
Guys, give us your predictions, please, in chat. I'm also curious because I already said mine. I still don't know what for whom cheering Zut, but anyway, who do you expect to win?
I want dem0n to win this one because I want him to keep it close, and I think a player of his caliber should really be able to keep it close versus Clawz now. I mean, last week it was Backstein actually took down I think it was 2-0 versus Clawz he got in the group stage. And if Backstein's having a much easier time against a player like Clawz, I think it speaks volumes about what dem0n is maybe running out of ability to complete. Backstein is not meant to be as good as dem0n, and yet I think dem0n is slowly slipping down the ranks if he lets this game get out of hand. I'm going to say dem0n's going to win this map, but I'm not going to say he's going to win the series. So that's my prediction now.
But okay.
I know, but if you're watching and you're enjoying dem0n, don't worry, he's the master of choke and disappointment. This is, if he wins this, I'll actually be extremely impressed. But let's get into game, guys. It's map number 2. I want to watch dem0n at the beginning of this. He's getting a red armor spawn, which is always nice. Quick access over to the railgun. I wonder if he's going to check the LG fast. I think he's already realized that it's too late. Clawz has got that gun already. dem0n opted to get his own weapons and not confront Clawz immediately. Well, 2 big rockets from the players.
That's our boy dem0n. Go with your rockets, please. That's what we need.
Yeah, the fact he was able to return it certainly meant that Clawz wasn't going to jump down for a massive fight there. Right around there. And another actually dem0n getting the first blood. Did not think he was going to manage that so fast. That's the start he did. That's Clawz then.
Beautiful start by dem0n, and actually has a pretty easy defense here on red. I'm sorry, and there's nothing to do. No problems at all. And Clawz, where are you? Why you do not want even to show your face somewhere at least? I don't know. Your hand, legs.
I'm gonna see Clawz in a moment.
Coming here, maybe it's more spontaneous. It's supposed to be too open for damage. but at least he tried.
I'm not going like a robot, guys, because I don't want to keep talking too much here. If I am, I might switch over to my Skype volume. Right, dem0n has got 200 at the moment.
I suppose we are balls right now with this.
Hope that he will indicate for us, and we can try and get it fixed as soon as possible, guys. So sorry for that. We'll continue for the time being, and he'll come up with a solution ASAP. dem0n actually having quite a lot of trouble. He was 200 a moment ago. He should have been able to finish that frag, and yet Clawz's pressure is stressing dem0n a lot. That rocket, he saw that he hadn't gone through the angle, so it's like, well, you're obviously still there. I'm not going to shoot anywhere else. dem0n now, perfect time to get some more ammunition. The only place on the map you can get the railgun. And any of its ammo. And
the important thing right now for dem0n not to miss this mega. Yeah, that's what he needed, because it was like this pressure by Clawz, like you told, it's something that became a bit annoying for dem0n a lot. And without this mega, he wouldn't be able to protect Red and all this area here. Clawz now should step back and wait a bit more for next moment.
Clawz is hitting 70% rail. 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. I wonder if he's going to be able to keep it up. We always jinx it here, but wow. I saw that from Clawz's perspective. That was a pretty vicious flick then. dem0n's still looking good on the items right now, but Clawz is making sure that he's surviving and he's getting damage when possible. And most importantly, that damage isn't actually being returned by dem0n. And again, another rail, 75% rail. There's the jinx coming in. Wow, I can't believe Clawz just keeps on landing this. 10 out of 14 hit the fired.
Anyway, dem0n's rail looks a bit better, so it helps him so far.
Yeah, his rail's definitely been more impressive here on Furious Heights than it was in Sinister. He's got 200. Clawz is running around with 50 to 50. dem0n needs to get a kill. He can hear Clawz. Clawz might be falling into a trap, but dem0n didn't bite. He had a massive chance to match onto Clawz just then and get an easy kill. Maybe here on the red armor, he can sort it out. Clawz running away. This yellow's going to be up any second now. Clawz, he won't get it. More resources for dem0n. More points for him as well. And it will continue to be a good start for dem0n on T7. dem0n's really focusing a lot on the items. This is actually his Quake duel in a nutshell. He much prefers to stabilize on the items, get as many as possible, and I'm gonna make a cooler comparison, guys, but he kind of likes to choke the opponent in terms of control. Like, items definitely take first priority, and frags further down the list.
Yeah, definitely now it works to look at this. Oh my gosh. What a rocket. That was just I suppose the biggest surprise for Clawz for today.
I don't know if dem0n wants to get the frag here, because if he gets the kill over there, then it means Clawz has a high likelihood of spawning in the mega room. So dem0n's like, screw it. I'm gonna make sure I can focus on the control, and if he can get a frag here, then great, but popped up a little bit, putting him off his aim, and not switching to the rail, definitely slightly annoying. Look at that, he keeps on getting items. Clawz has had 1 mega health and 8 yellow armors. dem0n has had 13 reds, 13 yellows, 8 megas. The control is so insanely one-sided at the moment. But
pretty nice focus and just impressive. I have no idea that dem0n even could provide something like this, but he can, and wow. I'm just really very excited to watch this game. I never expected that he will play like this against Clawz.
I mean, he's definitely an item-heavy player, but this is kind of taking it to an absolute extreme at the moment. The only problem for dem0n is he might have had loads of control, but he's only got 4, and that make it 5 frags. I thought he was going to get taken down then. Wow, that was close. He had about 4 health left before he picked up the 50 health bubble. He's definitely not safe with his lead. despite having such dominant control for 6 minutes of this game.
I wouldn't be too much agree with you here, because if dem0n can manage to play really carefully the rest of the game, even if he will lose control. So it will be a bit hard, but anyway, it's possible.
Oh, absolutely. Because if he can stay disciplined, not make any rash decisions, yeah, he definitely can do it. Clawz is hitting 62% rail, that's 18 out of 29, still above world-class average, I'd say. Ooh, dem0n's LG looking really off just then. He's hitting 15% lightning gun?
Yes, true.
Wow.
15.
That's less than half of Clawz at the moment. I'm sure player spam, etc., but that is, yeah, extremely low for him. And that when Clawz was moving around that mega, he should have been tracking him flawlessly. Rockets, fortunately, are looking better for dem0n. His rail's also not looking bad. Jumps down onto the red armor. He's got this yellow spawning right now. He can get more rail ammunition. Mega will go to Clawz, and he can get a top yellow and put himself slightly ahead of dem0n in terms of stack. But this is still okay for dem0n.
Beautiful defense play by dem0n. Again, he just managed to keep his advantage and not die, and just keeping his lead. It's important right now.
That was good what he did there. The rocket jump back up. Clawz was hoping to catch him out down where the yellow spawns, but dem0n is playing extremely evasive. As you said earlier, if dem0n can play defensive and just hold ground, keep his weapons, he certainly can. And
he's starting to do it right now.
Getting the mega, he might. The problem is, now that he's actually getting the stack, he might feel really confident to fight. He's got to make sure that he wins those. It's a lot easier than it sounds. He's being careful. He realized that he's committing himself quite a lot to the fight. Just gonna step back. He lands a direct rocket, which is extremely good. Another one. Oh my god. It's gonna be a kill. I think that was a GG frag right there, but I expect Clawz to play it to the end. He has had a hard time here on Furious Heights. This is a great comeback or a counter move.
It's a good response to the previous game, actually, by dem0n.
Exactly.
Finally, he earned some respect from Zoot.
Well, I'm not sure about that. In the last couple of minutes, Clawz has managed to get 2 megas and 6 red armors, so control's definitely not being quite as dominant towards the last few minutes of the map. But when you see the final score at the end, most of the items that got were in the first 6 minutes. Doesn't want to give a single fagger until satisfaction. Alright guys, we're gonna have quickly to see if we can get Ducky. We've got a dedicated stream Ducky who is taking care of everything with production today. Ducky, I'm gonna just try Skype. You let us know if it sounds alright. I'm gonna mute myself on Teams. We'll have a go at that. I'm waiting.
I will stay on TMs if there, because it looks better a bit. If it will be again some problems, I also will switch to Skype. So anyway.
Okay, I'll Ducky's saying everything's okay at the moment, so I'll take his word for it. We'll hope that our beloved TeamSpeak server is going to be okay.
Whoa! dem0n just won, guys. It's really nice.
All right. Well,
I'm happy for him. I really was after first game. I was so close to things that
Were you like 3-0?
3-0.
Yeah, here it comes. Clawz is just going to demolish him here. This is what I said at the beginning. I expected both the players to win their own maps, which I really wasn't sure about after watching Sinister. But it's happened. We're on Airwalk, and I said that whoever wins this map's going to win the series. I guess I've got to put faith in that prediction right now. Anything could happen here on Airwalk. I'm really not sure. It could go completely one-sided either way, or we could see something like Cyber and Slim KO. Once again, I have no idea. Chat, who's gonna take it down? Who's got Airwalk right now? I think I said that I guess I said that Clawz is gonna take the whole series, so I think I gotta go with that. To be honest.
With Clawz rail, it's supposed to be close, but well, maybe dem0n will surprise really. I hope for it. I would like to see him more.
yeah. It's a best of 5, guys. So I mean, I would have sounded really stupid if I said whoever wins this map is going to win the series. This is a best of 5. This is only the 3rd map, and there's a guaranteed 4 maps. So I'm not talking too much rubbish. Whoever wins this map will be then on match point afterwards. I think dem0n's aim still looked pretty
shaky still.
Yeah. At least his rail looked better, but his LG just looked
Yeah, 15% in the middle of the game. Wow, how is possible?
Exactly. But if his rail keeps on improving, then I think he doesn't need to worry too much about his lightning gun. His rockets, fortunately, seem to be staying at some kind of solid point at the moment. He's hitting a lot of directs, and on this map, if he can control Clawz or zone Clawz out of certain rooms and try to get control of the map like he was able to on Furious Heights, then yeah, dem0n stands a really good chance here. But it's the damage output. This is a map that is designed for inane damage done by both players constantly. And I think that's where Clawz has just a slight sort of edge over dem0n, because he's a little bit more consistent with that. And dem0n keeps on spamming air bind for some reason, which I'm still kind of trying to decipher somehow.
And we are in the next game already. I would like to start with Clawz this time. I'd like to see how it will be for him in the beginning and how it goes. Okay,
that's a bad spawn.
Not the best spawn, yeah. For Clawz. And we're switching to dem0n now. So easy.
I like how dem0n played it though. He really didn't hesitate, not even for a split second. He's like, right, you spawn over there. Came a little bit too close, a few too many steps over. If Clawz went over to the teleporter behind the grenade launcher a little faster, then maybe dem0n wouldn't have been able to do that. But yeah, right. Nicely done, dem0n, capitalizing off that opportunity. Clawz trying to get himself on red. Both big items are up. dem0n just trying to make sure that he doesn't get away too clean with the red.
Unfortunately, on this map, there is no opportunity to slow down the game somehow, because it's so small. And for dem0n, again, the main point here somehow to keep the control. Wow, what a fight! No.
Oh, dem0n, is LG not looking too bad there, but Clawz is hitting 44%. 1 rail between each player. Sudden death effectively right now. Clawz is anxious to jump over to the red armor, but he sees dem0n dropping down, and he'll take that chance. Very close fight between these two.
All megas so far on dem0n's side. Wow, how it sounds. And yeah, if he will continue like this, it will guarantee him at least to stay alive for a long time, let's say. I hope I didn't curse him.
Clawz is on there. This might be bad. dem0n, I think if he had a better timing, he could have got a slightly better place rocket underneath that platform. He's got to be careful. I like that in the LG fights now, he's deciding, alright, I'm just going to switch away from the lightning gun and work with the rockets. Working much better for him. And dem0n actually, with that yellow, has got a slight edge over Clawz. He needs to get up to that red armor for himself. Oh, direct rocket there. He misses the rail afterwards. 50 health left for Clawz. Are there any health bubbles? Maybe he took them already. dem0n missing his rails right now. He's hitting in the 20s for the lightning gun. Well, actually, in all of his weapons. He either hasn't fired a shot or he's in the 20s.
all health bubbles are available in other parts of the map, unfortunately for Clawz.
Uh-oh, this might be it. dem0n trying to push in. Clawz is just desperately trying to run away.
How
That's
he's
a
surviving with 27 HP, wow, I don't know, just how you even can hide on this map.
Trying to a nice little dodge there from Clawz. Waiting for the rocket to fly by first. And this is one bit that we criticize dem0n for a lot, is the way that he finishes off frags. You know, he can get an opponent weak, but sometimes he just gets distracted by, you know, the flashing lights of items around, and he decides to go for them instead. Clawz holding ground, he wants to do damage instead. Not a bad choice to make, but he's got to follow up with this, otherwise that was dying for nothing.
Not this time. And still, accuracy of lighting gun is better for Clawz, but he can't win this fight because dem0n just controlling everything so good. All megas, again, 3 minutes already of the game, and he still controls all megas. No, not even one went to Clawz.
Yeah, the dem0n's control is certainly
Impressive.
shining at the moment, but the score is extremely close. This isn't going to be like Furious Heights or Sinister, where, you know, 5-0 was already looking like a pretty decent lead. dem0n's going to need a lot more than that to feel safe. But, you know, credit to these players. You were saying earlier that if you can't, this slow game doesn't work here. Slow game only works if the players are both agreeing to it. Otherwise, the other player can speed it up as much as they like. 2 frags after 4 minutes is ridiculous.
For this map, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're exchanging a lot of amount of damage, and just somehow they're too lucky to survive after.
dem0n?
Wow, keeps alive. dem0n somehow try to do that.
I don't know if he'll be able to. He's trying to run away. He's got 55 health after taking a couple of bubbles, but that's going to be Clawz getting in on the map. Suddenly, dem0n's control that he's had means bugger all. And Clawz is going to have a chance to make a few frags of his own. And if he finishes off the kills better, then I fear for dem0n that Clawz will get the lead. That's the red now for Clawz. Sees the yellow over the other side, picking up every item he can find. Misses that rail on the yellow, and dem0n's going to grab that chance to run away scot-free. He shows his face, and he's suffering again.
5-minute warning.
dem0n, 22 LG, 22 rail, 23 rockets. He's got 25 grenade, for Christ's sake. dem0n, sort this out now. Goes through the teleporter, hopping and skipping. Clawz is just biding his time. If he can't get the frag too easily, then he'll revert to dem0n logic. Score on the items.
Impossible. What doing dem0n here with all these teleports is just impressive. He managed to stay alive, almost dying there, and
I don't know how he was alive.
yeah, and actually he has no chance to go back to some map control, because right now it's Clawz in the driver's seat, and he's just doing an amazing job here. Getting everything back what he missed in the first part of the game. Especially what he needs to somehow to restore some score on the table.
It's unbelievably close still. 6 minutes, only 3 kills. Is there going to be like a turning point in this game where suddenly something happens that enables them both to go extremely aggressive and maybe rack up, not necessarily to eat one of the players, but to both just getting some frags on the board?
I was expecting some overtime here with this score.
Really?
I don't know.
I guess it's the recipe for that, you know? We have all the ingredients on the table to get a potential overtime. Is it going to keep this close? dem0n still extremely weak. He won't be able to get on the red, and he's unlikely to get on the mega as well. 1 rail would kill him at the moment. And he's weaved his way over towards the red room. Oh, the rail though! Little flick shot as dem0n jumps down. It's going to enable the Belarusian to tie the game up. And dem0n now, he hasn't really got much in terms of weaponry. He's got that starting machine gun and a rocket launcher. And now he's only got 15 health next to him as well. Clawz, easy kill. 3-2. dem0n's starting to drop like a fly now. Tell that this game means a lot to them. And one more brilliant frag.
My goodness. What was the trail? And actually, it's right now we got some feeling of error finally. Airwolf here. how it's supposed to be usually.
And Demon's falling into the hands of Clawz a little bit too much. More combo kills now for Clawz. I don't know what Demon said there. I'm pretty sure that's not a bind. Maybe it's some kind of like scientific equation. I'm not even sure. But whatever it is, I don't think. Oh wow, the damage. I can't quite get the kill. Clawz got onto the Mega just a fraction of a second before, and Demon is slamming the keyboard with parts of his body.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Clawz's got to hold on steady a bit now. He's looking for some damage afterwards to punish Demon for taking that yellow. He's not getting it, and the items aren't up for a while. So if Demon actually can. Demon's got a chance right now. This Mega's not up for a little bit of time, but he's not hitting enough rail shots.
Well, it would be better for him if he would be able to get this red and then to attack some Mega, but no, they decide to split it a bit. Demon again close to die with all this health, even like he's getting some red armor.
That was a big risk from Demon, and he's under pressure once more. 12 health. All those resources Demon took a moment ago mean nothing. That is one more frag there for Clawz. And off the spawn, he's going to find another. And that is GG. That is now 2 maps to 1 for Clawz, and it's going to put Clawz on match point. Really
just
sick
got
result.
some turbo mode after
Yeah.
after he got a couple of megas. He just was unstoppable. It was wow, impressive how he made that. Unfortunately, Demon, I never expected you can play airwalks so slow. I would say maybe it's all about its control, his control on Mega, because it was impressive to how much time he managed not to give away even single Mega to Clawz.
That was for the first half of the map, and during that time, we had something like 3 kills in total, something along those lines. And okay, great, Demon, you had control of the entire map, but you didn't capitalize on it. You didn't get the kills that you needed, and as soon as Clawz started getting control, you could see after the megas taken were quite even at the end of the game. Clawz was just racking up the frags. Demon getting in his way, couldn't play the plus back game strong enough. And I said that whoever wins Aerowalk is going to be taking the series. Even though it is Clawz's map pick, I still think he's going to be taking best of 5. Silence is next. Demon picked this. Can he take it to a tiebreaker?
Yeah, I suppose the Demon needs some time to relax now. This game was far worse for him than the first one.
I gotta say, big hype there, and thanks to Aspector who just subscribed. I missed that. People saying to scroll up, and I did, man. Thank you very much for your support. Much appreciated. We're gonna try and get some new, like, those subscriber noises. We had the excellent that we used to have. We're gonna try and get a few more and see if we can hamper with the new bot that Ducky has set up for us. If you want to look at sort of brackets and stuff, or who's casting, if you don't know our names, then there's all kinds of commands. I know that there's people familiar with our chat who will explain things to us. But guys, if you're enjoying the show, hit that follow button. We are doing high-level Quake very frequently. And we're also dabbling in a few other Arena FPS things here and there. So a lot of exciting stuff in the Arena FPS world is yet to emerge. So stay tuned, basically.
And that's often because I'm reading some chat here. Don't pay attention to much. It's interesting to watch like how people use some Russian words. It's interesting. Yeah, thank you everyone for telling that I'm cute. It's nice. Yeah. Back to the game. Demon is somewhere. Maybe I don't know. Is he smoking or something? Because it looks like he needs some long break here.
I think he's just trying to rack his head and sort of not be so annoyed, because you could see during Aerowalk he was getting pretty pissed. He was hitting 22% LG and 22% rail by the end of the game. I don't know, maybe in the last few moments it changed, but that's not what Demon should be hitting. He is, in CTF you'd call him a bit of an aim whore, essentially, because he used to be the guy who would sit in defense and he would just wait for people to come at him and he would click, shoot, hit, everything. Rail would be immaculate. His LG would be ridiculous. It's not what we saw against Clawz just then. He needs to make sure that whatever happens, he just hits his shots in silence. I don't give a crap about his control. I don't give a crap about anything. Just hit something, Demon. That's all you got to do. Do
Yeah,
FPS
dem0n,
properly.
you just need to push yourself first. If you can listen to us or something, just do that. We can all our support. It doesn't mean that we do not support Clawz, but in this, I suppose today you just need a bit more than usual.
Yeah.
And we are here on your side, don't worry. And yep,
Let's go.
we are on
Let's
the
do it.
4th map here. Yeah, let's do it. I suppose that we need to start with dem0n.
Let's try that. We spec'd Clawz at the beginning of the last map, and we didn't do that for a very long period of time. Hopefully for dem0n's case, it's not going to go the same way around. He gets the red spawn. He's looking for damage quite quickly. He wants to play it quite aggressively, it seems. His rockets are great, but... Oh, fantastic finish.
Yeah, fantastic start, I would say.
Yeah.
for all what he did and for all what he deserved. Like, I don't know what he was doing on the break, but definitely he's ready to play more and secure next threat if he will be able to do that.
Clawz going for it.
No,
dem0n
no.
finally hitting a rail. Hopefully that's not going to be the last one he hits this game. But of course, you know, hitting your shots, I think he's got to relax a little bit. If he does that, he's looking relaxed now. Great combo. And the control, look, he's feeling the power of the items right now. He's got 174 to 120. This is, got to not get addicted to this. And I have a feeling that he likes the control a little bit too much, so just keep on pushing Clawz into corners on the map, dem0n, and get some kills. This is what you've got to work on.
Yeah, as you can see, he already built some circle of control so on the map, so he doesn't need even to be worried too much that he will miss something. And Clawz trying to get a better position for attack, but at least he managed to stay alive, not getting on dem0n's way. And all here is available for dem0n, yeah. Like I said, it's just everything is ready for his circle.
I thought dem0n was going to go for everything. He had one rotation just there where he took the mega, the red, the yellow, and both the small green armors on the map. He's
Yeah,
let a
like
yellow
he
slip
dropped.
right now, and he's going back the eye. dem0n, you've got to put pressure on Clawz. You can tell he's moving out. He's like, oh, if Clawz might be over there, I can shoot a rail or something. No, you got to actively pursue him, man. It's a good job he hit the rail, because if Clawz got another free yellow, then that damage would allow him to be extremely even. Wow, he hits another rail shot.
4 rails in a row by Clawz. And
Good
only dem0n's control just saved him this time.
There we go, paying him off a little bit. Clawz is sitting on 100 health and 59 armor. And that's pretty... One more rail, 2 health right now for dem0n. Clawz, you can switch to get the kill. I think he spots that and he moves in. No, dem0n, it's not a joke. You are just focusing, narrow-minded on the items. Funnel vision, whatever you want to call it, dem0n. You should have been pursuing Clawz a lot more and maybe leaving some items up. He was just sitting 5 seconds before items are spawning and just, you know, it's fine. I got the control. I can do whatever I like. If dem0n can adapt mid-game, great. But I'm not sure he can.
Of course it's possible to get back some control. He's not a newbie who will left his spirit of winning after losing some control in the middle, so let's just wait for it because I'm sharing him, and only what he needs to do is just try not to get all rails by Clawz because he's just remarkable hitting everything today.
dem0n, he shot that rail so early up the bounce pad, he could have had the kill just then, but he has set Clawz down to 9 points of health, so this lead looks secure for the time being. But you can't stop with this damage output. This is when Clawz is low. If you don't finish the kill and Clawz comes back to frag you, that is just the epitome, the standard thing that seems to happen to dem0n over and over again.
Nice rail exchange, and this is a chance for dem0n to get one more frag. Wow.
Nice.
Yes, he got it. He got it that Clawz is so low, so he doesn't need to take some risks, I would say, with his rail accuracy, and easily getting one more frag.
Oh, and he comes back in time as well to protect the yellow armor. That's pretty good. I'll let you off the hook this time, dem0n. Get the yellow, and now you've got 10 seconds in which to find Clawz. Frag him. Very, very passive approach to this at the moment. He's just standing back, and Clawz is doing what he does best. Landing his shots.
One more time, not to give it away this red. It's a key to do not let Clawz be more aggressive. Good job, but missing some Mega. That's a problem, maybe. It could be a problem for dem0n, but let's see
health
how
for
Clawz will use this potential.
Clawz doesn't
Clawz
have
is-
anything overwhelming with after that Mega. He's still extremely weak right now. Still looking
125, it's not extremely big. Of course, against 200
5-minute
armor by dem0n, it's not so impressive. But anyway, wow.
He doesn't even
Okay,
get the 50
beautiful
health
combos.
bubble. Yeah, I thought the rockets just pushed him away from it. One rail there, getting the Mega, and another shot. Sounds so easy when we put it that way. But again, dem0n wants to push in onto the red armor. I would have liked to see him go for maybe another rail, not get the kill, just continue to weaken Clawz, then get the red so that he doesn't spawn over there, and then come back for the yellow that he's just missed. That would have been picture perfect. But nevertheless, dem0n definitely is the one who's more intimidating to look at on the map at the moment. And Clawz getting a steal on the red armor. It's not the first time it's happened.
Almost
is
deja vu
missing.
frag, but no. And yeah, good accuracy by dem0n. Actually, he has about close to 50% rail here on this map.
This is the time to wake up. No, hitting your shots now. He's going to get one more. 53%. This is more than double what he had on Aerowalk.
Yeah,
Finally.
progress.
And his LG fights as well. He's got higher LG accuracy. I think there's been a bit of spam from the players, but his aim is just warmed up exponentially since the first map that we saw between these two. dem0n doesn't want to be pushed around by this this young guy, tipped by Cypher to win QuakeCon next year. He thinks that Clawz can do it. dem0n shows that he's still in the game. He's not too old just yet. One more rails. Clawz is so weak at the moment, and he's gonna find the frag as well. I got a feeling this might go down to the tiebreaker map at the moment, unless Clawz does something incredible, which is not out of this world. dem0n, there's a kind of aura of confidence around him that we didn't see on the last map. Oh my god, that finish! LG to air rocket, thank you please.
Silence is GG now, just impossible to get it back, I'm afraid.
What's going on? What's he doing? Why didn't you do this on Sinister or Furious Heights or Aerowalk, dem0n? These are incredible shots now that you're hitting. Don't get cocky, dem0n, that's all you gotta do. Stick to the fundamentals now. You can go back to sort of farming items.
Actually, fundamentals is what dem0n do pretty good. I suppose that Clawz didn't expect that he will be so addicted to some control items, so obsessed by it. It's like he was really to see his control improving on map by map. Like every map is better and better, and it's like for Clawz, I suppose it's not normal for players nowadays to do it so good. So
Yeah.
they are more trying to get a couple of fast frags and then only to finish the game somehow. But
Yeah.
this way today, it's just impressive play by dem0n.
Yeah, he's been able to finish off the frag. He's not just letting the opponent get off too weak. He does a little bit, but then he's getting back to them at the right time so that he can get the points on the board. Oh, dem0n. Fucking up this fight a little bit. Fortunately for him, there's not that much time left for Clawz to recover from this score, but coming up with Battleforge next, that's interesting. That could be another very slow game as we reach the climax of the series. But if dem0n keeps... I think dem0n actually might win if he keeps playing like he did on Silence. Clawz's damage... In fact, his aim, if not... Alright, it's been pretty stable throughout the first 3 maps, but it's kind of gone down since Aerowalk. He's not hitting so much anymore, and he's got to get back to what he was doing at the beginning of this series on Battleforge, otherwise I think he's going to be exiting the tournament. much earlier than he was hoping to. That's GG right there. 11-1. dem0n is going to take it and give us a tiebreaker map. There's about 750 damage, maybe 800 between them. I can't count.
And look at his stats, how many megas and even greens he picked up. He just
Greens, actually, yeah.
just made a huge mental job here, pick up in all the items. No, really impressive. I like it. And yeah, guys, I suppose you can see a bit my cat. He joined it to the stream too. I'm afraid we will get 1,000 viewers more now.
That's it. As soon as you put cats on the stream, it's just woof. What was interesting on that end of that game is actually 2 minutes before the end, I think there was 1,000 damage between them, where the game was essentially over already. And afterwards, Clawz was coming back a little bit, but it didn't matter at all. So dem0n really out-damaged Clawz hard in Battleforge just then. So, in silence even. Battleforge...
I'm just curious if Clawz will now be more concentrated on control, trying to get to push dem0n out of it, and then how he will get somehow be closer to win at least, because that's his weakest point so far.
Yeah, and this map as well, control can be very difficult to get into if you're the guy who's currently out of control. It's a bigger map than some, with only 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 mega, a bit like Silence, I guess, but it's more circular. It's not kind of such a long map, if that makes any sense. If dem0n gets in control, I fear he may never get out again. But it could be said the same way, the other way around, if Clawz, because I trust Clawz to hit his shots a bit more than dem0n. I don't know, guys, chat, it's gone down to the last map of this series. Who's gonna take it right now? I guess because Clawz won Area Walk, I've got to still put my guesses on Clawz. But I'm not sure right now. dem0n just played an amazing Silence.
Waiting for your predictions, guys. I kind of, as we wanted to, not wanted, as we expected in the beginning, it was 3-0 or something by Clawz, but wow, it looks worse and worse in each map further for him, so I don't know what's going on here.
True.
For this map, it's like I'm afraid to make any predictions anymore.
Yes, guys, by the way, this map's not going to be the last one. We're going to have Strengths versus Pony right after, so make sure you tune in for that. And it looks like these players are starting right now here on a tiebreaker of the first round of 12 game of the 125 FPS November-December League. I am on Clawz to begin with, who's 5 seconds or so to even find a weapon, let alone any items. But he gets over to the red in the end. I don't think he's going to be too unhappy with that. A lot of Clawz support over here. The dem0n fans are starting to get out. Clawz, the LG fight was going so well, and then something slipped up a little bit. I know he was outstacked, but all of a sudden, dem0n started hitting quite a lot more. Belarusian on 62
just
health.
used his potential of Mega. Everything what he could get from it, he just stayed alive, and he has way better stacks than Clawz. And next Mega, that's what will decide who will get the first one. If Clawz will manage to get it somehow, or to bring more damage, but unfortunately no. So dem0n right now in the driver's seat, he is a person who I would bet even that he will get the first frag.
But this Clawz is making sure that he's at least getting those reds consistently, and if he's no longer getting the red armor, then dem0n's control is going to be skyrocketing, and it's going to be a matter of time until he gets a kill. 50 health bubbles up, dem0n not paying close attention to it, and all of a sudden the tides have turned. Clawz has the more impressive stack. I think dem0n, they might have a trade on the items right now. dem0n's hoping to waste a couple of seconds. Great combo, a huge amount of damage just then. dem0n gets the red, and now it's changed once again. But Clawz is landing damage. It's impossible to tell who's ahead at the moment. They're even.
Yeah, and they also switched between some items, so finally we got the first red for dem0n and first mega for Clawz. So again, they are pretty even, and no predictions here, absolutely. Even accuracy is getting better for both of them, 50% rail of both players, but not too much hit it anyway.
We're jinxing them again. dem0n's managing to get the mega. He just had the red beforehand. Clawz gets into a yellow, but that's... Sorry, dem0n does, but Clawz gets damage straight away, so... I'm gonna focus on dem0n once more. Great little spam shot there onto the red armor. Gonna go around the teleporter to do damage. He's moving in, but he just shot the railgun. He had to wait for a couple of moments. I think he got a bit impatient just then and lost the chance. That was very weird that dem0n decided to do that. Maybe he was trying to disorientate his enemy a bit. That rocket doing just 1 damage.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely nothing. But this rails just to finish the job, so it's good. For Clawz at least. To make stacks even. And again, dem0n missing all these important rails for him. Again, some aim just closing for him some opportunities to get some fast frags.
That was very close to being a frag just then. Clawz is looking over at the teleporter exit for a moment, but he's actually chasing down a bit, and dem0n's having to be evasive. He drops down, the Mega's still up, Clawz didn't actually get it in the end. Rockets from dem0n pushes Clawz through the teleporter. That was close to going completely tits up for dem0n. I was 90% sure at least that Clawz was going to get the kill then. Just not getting the Mega is what saved Clawz not getting the Mega is what saved dem0n's life. I'm watching dem0n's point of view at the moment. It's quite interesting seeing him play this out of control. 5 seconds early for Mega Health dem0n. I don't know if you want to be here right now. He might be able to get this. Doesn't take much damage actually. He gets away. Yeah, that's solid.
That's weird actually that Clawz didn't manage to deliver more damage on Mega side, because it was, I would say, easy. He had better position, nice weapons, and couldn't. But anyway, all respect to dem0n then. He's surviving, he's getting back, and he's still in control on Mega and getting back with his stack. Maybe he will be lucky enough to get this red armor. It would be really helpful for him.
Clawz getting on. There's going to be the Mega, but there's 2 rails in a row there from Clawz. He gets 3 in a row. There's the first blood. dem0n can't believe it. In shock that Clawz is going to land all those. So those vertical rails are pretty hard to hit. And when you hit 3 in a row, well, you're looking pretty damn good. But dem0n putting pressure on. Lands some good damage on Clawz. Couple of seconds until red's up, but there's no further pressure from dem0n.
5-minute warning.
Just before Clawz can rocket jump away, and he's got such a great stack at the moment. It does look like Clawz is focusing a lot more on control on the map. Wow.
Actually, it does like this. He like kind of decided in the beginning, like I control on red, and that's what he's doing perfectly. He has 10 reds to 2 against dem0n and pickups and only 2 Megas, but it does not stop him to get any more frags. So just wait a bit.
Like these jump shots as well from Clawz. Hitting some good rails on once again. No, he gets his own bit of unreturned damage just then. Oh, and another. Clawz turns his back and dem0n is ready for it. The red's going to be up in a moment. dem0n gets the item and hits a sick rocket. He's going to get the Mega straight after. And all of a sudden, things aren't looking so bad for dem0n anymore. You show your face for a second, dem0n lands a direct rocket. Unbelievable. And the rail after. Game is all tied up. Crazy. Just crazy.
Just beautiful combos by dem0n here.
Both the players are having like their sort of moment in the spotlight. But after that, they've both had their moment of fame. They're tied up again, and it's impossible to tell once more who's going to take the series. There's going to be red up, it's not for ages. And Clawz, he has the rail out. If he hit one more shot, he would have got the kill, but dem0n gets away scot-free and with the lead. There's a even exchange of items. Actually, Clawz gives the yellow. Could have an edge right now. But he needs to tie this up, and with 3 minutes to go, 3 minutes before we decide who is going to be going to the quarterfinals. I'm going to try and find out who on earth they're going to be playing in this quarterfinals, if they manage to get there.
And again, they found each other. Nice rails by Clawz this time. But dem0n, this mega goes for dem0n, so wow, it's just his stack right now, just making everyone be more scared than they're supposed to be. And yeah, he's chasing smell the Dragon's face, chasing Clawz so good, yeah. And 4-2. 3 frags to go for Clawz if he wants to win that.
This is looking pretty difficult now because dem0n's control has been immense. He's hitting some awesome spam prediction shots. And the game just seems to be unraveling itself in absolute favor of him at the moment. The winner of this series is going to go versus Ash on Wednesday or Thursday. And that's definitely a game that one of these players, or either of these players, actually are able to win. Ash has shown signs of weakness in the group stages. Definitely everything to play for. I'm going to watch Clawz a bit. He's got just under 2 minutes to go. He needs to find a little something extra to keep himself in this series. To go out 9th to 12th place if he loses here. A little bit late there on the tracking. Gets some okay damage, but dem0n straight onto the red armor. He's soothed, he's cured. Donated nicely.
I would say there is nothing more that can Clawz find on this map, so he's supposed to attack now, somehow to find a way, or to make one nice trap, or to use his phenomenal rails, I would say.
Look at the items though. Everything's spawning pretty close together. Clawz, it's so important that he reads the situation the way it is. He should be able to get this mega. If dem0n doesn't go over to... he doesn't hit a rail. Clawz can get this yellow armor. That's it. That's now the moment. Clawz has got to make something happen. If dem0n cocks up these fights, then there's a big chance for the Belarusian to get back into this game. Oh
no,
god.
Missing this jump, and yeah, I wouldn't say that it's possible, because it's like...
Oh my god, you need to hit these shots. He's going under the LG. dem0n takes it, but there's a flick shot there. Clawz lands something. But it's now 30 seconds, and I don't know why he didn't go through the teleporter. Maybe dem0n was looking at it beforehand. He needs to get up close. He hits one rail. 20 seconds to go, Clawz. It's action time. dem0n's already taken the yellow. He's legging it at the moment. Hits the rail. Clawz is extremely vulnerable at the moment, and he's facing his fears. Understands that it's lost. 4-1 in the end there for dem0n, and he is going to go through to the quarterfinals.
Surprise of surprises, I would say. dem0n just showed us that all this old school play with total control over the map just can rule all over the world here, and to win Clawz. Wow, just impressive.
Such a close game. It took 5 minutes or something for the first frag to happen. On Battlefield, you could tell that both of them were like, I don't want to make a mistake. I do not want to mess up the first fight and have to chase